Hello and welcome to From Duendelvin. This is Jeff and Kyle, and today we're going to be talking about Lesparthia, the Empire of Lesparthia. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
We're live. I want a corncob pipe, just throwing this out there. I don't want to get it like a hat and just be like, oh, right on.
Cadaver.
Oh,
Yes.
Abacadabra.
all right.
Abacadabra.
We're already getting
Hot
lost.
chocolate?
Yes, we are.
So we're talking about the Lesparthian Empire.
Lesparthia. Where's Lesparthia?
It's Savarion.
The land of Kungen?
No, land Kungen.
Kungen has landed.
Yeah, we're on track.
Oh.
It's in Gandaris.
The
We're
Gundars.
already off track.
So Lesparthia is
In Savarion.
On
Where specifically?
on the
In the map. So we have Garthia, and then is that the
Garthia is on-
continent of Garthia? It's not called
It's
Garthia.
not the continent of Garthia, yeah. It is on the continent of, I think it's Antropa.
Antropa. Yeah, that makes sense. So and then
Gotta get my map up. Before I wake up. Gotta get my map up.
Negend.
Antropa. Yes.
Nope, it's on Negend.
Antropa's where Garthia is.
Right.
Yeah, that's what he asked.
Negend is
Negend is where the Lesparthian Empire
Right.
exists.
the Lesparths are on. Is that what they're called? The Lesparths. Lesparthians.
Lesparthians, yeah. They'll be the Lesparthians.
Kick people down holes.
No, then that's the Spartans.
Yeah, the Lesparthans.
This is not the Spartans. They are not kicking people down. I mean, they could.
Do they kick them down cliffs because they're Lesparthans?
My gosh.
Tumble down a hill. Alright, so what god. We're killing Kyle real quick.
Huh.
What god is the continent of. Shoot, what's the continent called?
Again.
Negend. What god does the continent of Negend fall to?
We have it in the notes. Gotta get to it.
Ilios.
Oh,
Ilios.
it's the land of mercy.
It's the Mercy land.
Yeah. Land of mercy. It's an interesting land because they have, I think, the second highest amount of concentrated plains. Or is that grassland? It's grassland. not even
Grassland.
Plains. It's the highest concentrated land.
They're also ruled by their feudalist empire. So, an emperor or empress.
Alright, so it's one seat of power. Alright, and then is it chosen by bloodline or.
So it's the smallest empire, both landmass and people. They pride themselves on being a place of small communities and welcoming people. The emperor or empress is known for traveling to his or her villages and meeting local people. Chosen usually from one of 9 noble families. However, the herald chooses directly. Oh yeah,
Right.
this is the one then. So the herald, when somebody dies,
I thought that was Zaox.
no. Zaox is
Zaok has the land of, oh goodness gracious, Alakea.
Yeah, and I thought
Podalayan.
Alakea chose.
No, Ilios' dragon comes down and messes with people.
the Podalayan is a democracy.
Yep. They're the ones that have the
Like,
representation.
They're the ones that straight up vote for stuff.
So I'm pretty sure we talked about that in the Dragons episode,
Yes.
and
we-
it was Zaoc
it's definitely not
who
supposed
you
to be
said.
Zaok.
It's not supposed to be Zaoc.
We said what terrible thing it would be if it was Zaok's dragon coming down and crazy.
think so.
Yeah.
You said it would be terrible, and then you kept going, and it made it seem like it was.
No, it's definitely
Okay,
Ilios.
so if there is
Okay.
confusion, Zaoc's dragon does not choose the leader. But Ilios' dragon, when the leader dies, Ilios' dragon literally shows up and goes, you're the new emperor.
And it could be anybody.
Just Oogway
Not
it.
even what's presented. It's what we talked about.
Right.
It could be
Just Oogway it.
kind of.
But sometimes, usually, there's a representative from one of the 9 noble families.
But if the 9 noble
But not
families
always.
are too good at their job, then sometimes you gotta pick somebody who's not groomed for the purpose.
Throw a curveball.
So it'll be like none of them, and then it'll sit there and wait until they find the representative close. Sometimes it just wants to not go back up to the overworld, wants to hang a little longer, and so it'll be like,
You.
Not you.
Not you.
Not you.
Well, wait, bring everybody. Somebody's not here.
Someone's not here. We're missing somebody. Gather the people.
Bring everyone.
So yeah, that's how that works. And that person rules like with an iron fist.
Yep. Because their word is law.
With an all-bright fist.
Albright fist. Yep. With a
Does
metal
it glow?
Yes.
We don't even have Albright anymore.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
We have Albright still?
Yeah.
I thought we got rid of Albright.
So,
I thought we got
okay,
rid of the Albright
this
for
is
90
going to be
Calcerite.
Jeff tangenting for once.
Okay.
So, Calcerite, Albright, whatever else. Okay, so Infernite. Remember, instead of being like a certain material, it's got a better chance of getting something. Right?
We changed that.
Yeah. So, Albright harvests 1 stone. There's a 10% chance for a gem and a 10% chance
That's right.
for a great ore.
It's
and
the
then
richness of the zone.
Infernite has a 20% chance of a gem, 20% chance for an ore bar. Right? Calcerite has a 20% chance to harvest and 80% chance for an ore bar. Facerite is 80% for a gem, 20% for an ore. So when you're mining, the odds of getting an ore or a gem or a stone or whatever is like odds are higher based on. So if I want a gem, I need to go
Find
mine.
Infernite deposit.
Is it Facerite?
No, Falcerite.
Which one was the high on the gem?
Falcerite is the highest on gem. Down. 80% chance for the gem. So it'll be Falcerite.
Right. So if you want a gem, go mine Facerite. If you want ore, Albright.
Okay. So
Right.
it doesn't. It's like almost like the coloration of the stone, or the ore that you're mining, more than determines. Okay.
You said
Yeah, the
Albright
odds of getting
fist. I thought Albright, and it's just glowstones. It's like a gauntlet of just glowing rocks.
Yeah. So so Albright is great. We'll go through that another time.
Yeah, we'll have to go through like the crafting section.
It needs
There
a lot of
is
work.
a lot going on with that.
It's still being built.
All right, back
There's going
to
be a lot more
back to
going on with that.
Lesparthia.
Yeah, Lesparthia. So, in Lesparthia,
The dragon chooses the winner, and they adhere to
The
that person.
winner.
They adhere to that person's rule as law, always.
Yep.
And they will do their best to facilitate any request made by the ruler because it has been divinely edicted that this person is here to lead us, so that they must have some insight into the future of their kingdom.
Exactly.
so this land wouldn't have much of a problem with just some random person being
Oh heck
picked.
no, because a full-on herald of the gods said that one.
Right.
I mean,
Seriously, like, what else are you gonna do?
That was the point.
Yeah.
That one. Because what are you gonna do, right? You'd be like, no, I don't think that should be the ruler, and then the dragon's like,
Zombie.
I don't care what you think.
Right.
He kills you and all the 15 people standing near you because you said something. Like, nobody's messing with that. This person steps
So if
into
you're
a
upset about
leadership
it,
role.
You
Whether they were groomed
press
for
it
it or
deep
not.
down and
You-
forget about it.
Yeah, you suppress it
Which
and
is
just hope for the best.
also partly why the emperor or the empress would go around and interact with the people as much as possible to give those, if they're chosen, the idea of what an emperor should at least look like, or an empress should look like, and how they should interact with their people. It instills in the people a sense of regality and compassion, because this is Elio's land, so they need to be
Merciful.
compassionate and merciful to each other.
Yeah.
And that is also, again, the big reason why the empire, like the empress and the emperor, don't stay secluded and just govern on high. They are They are of the people.
They're as
Because-
terrified
Right.
of the herald as
Well, it'd
everyone
also
else.
be like the safest job.
Oh yeah.
Like nobody's killing the emperor or empress. Nobody.
Nobody.
Like you're not. That person's not getting assassinated. Full stop.
Because
Because
God knows who did it.
yeah,
He is going to erase your bloodline from the history.
I feel like
Knights
the
of End
first
of
time
Days would be hilariously actively trying to.
The what?
The Knights of End of Days would do it just to sow chaos.
yeah,
They try,
but
but nobody in the country, like this country,
yeah,
would
I'm
ever-
thinking the first time that an empress or emperor was assassinated, Helios himself showed up
and just would.
to like exact vengeance.
Uh-huh.
Like
There's a whole.
How
Helios
bad did you
showed
mess
up.
God came here to punish me.
Literally one, not the herald came to punish me. The god himself came,
Yep.
and it was like, oh well,
Maybe we ought not do that again.
maybe let's not do that. So it's like the safest job in the world is being chosen.
It'd
So.
be his wrath would be merciful, but it'd still be wrathful. I mean, he's gonna come out there. He's gonna kill you quickly.
It would be swift.
Yeah, swift and painless.
Well, and that's something we didn't quite cover. Just because Helios is mercy doesn't mean he wouldn't also be just.
Or.
It's just when they come into conflict with each other,
Mhm.
mercy is chosen.
Well, 'cause we think
Right.
about it too. It was not an uncommon practice to engage mercy killings. Mercy killings were a thing. Like you would have a dagger that they would utilize, and you catch people right in the soft of the armpit and go right into the side, and it would effectively paralyze them and kill them.
Right.
Quickly.
Well, and anybody who's willing to assassinate the emperor, that let's say for the sake of argument, I'm Helios, right? And I'm like, hey, Ian, I need you to go down and choose a new leader for me, right? This is how it would be viewed, right? I need you to go tell the people of Lesparthia that this guy needs to be the new emperor, right? You go down and you say, this is the new emperor. That person is killed. I show back up and I'm like, so you're the one disrupting everything that I'm putting in place.
Hey,
For a
not
reason,
cool, man.
It is merciful to my people to make sure you don't get that chance again. Right? Does that make sense?
He's gonna pop heads.
So I feel like even the Knights of the End of Days, while they might be like attempting to overthrow and do stuff, they would still be leery about it. Like they're like, I don't know that I want to be the guy who
Don't
actually
mess
does
with
that.
Elios's people.
Right.
Is it leery or weary? Wary.
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 Wary?
Yeah.
Wearily.
Leery?
No, I think they'd be wary of trying to mess. Like, I guess it could be leery.
Hesitant.
Because leery. What? Now we have Google challenge going on.
Uh-oh.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. we gotta
English
know.
with from Duendelvin.
Oh, just you wait. We got some more plans. But
Suspicious or wary
leery.
is leery.
Interesting. Okay.
They were leery weary.
They're
They were wary leery. Leery wary.
Did you turn rain on?
Huh?
Did you turn the rain on?
no. I couldn't find it.
Oh,
Oh.
cannon. It's
Really?
sizzling. There it
That's
was.
not very good. I'll keep looking while
We
we're
gotta find
working
the
on
cannon button. We did not get our cannon button yet.
it. Right?
We'll have a cannon button. I'm gonna set it up in the middle here, and then we can hit it. Cannon!
Well, like the yes I can button.
Like the easy button or the yes I can button. Absolutely. All right, so that's that. And their capital city is Drathorn.
Drathorn? What goes on in Drathorn?
That is
Is that where the 9 houses typically live?
effectively yes, and that's also like Drathorn will be dominated by a dais where the dragon resides when it's time for the dragon.
Like a pedestal?
Yeah, the dragon
Just
will
like-
come down onto this like. No, Marilyn. Sorry.
Ian says what happens in Drathorn stays in Drathorn.
It's not Vegas.
It's not Vegas.
So Drathorn would be dominated mostly by the dragon's pedestal, and you don't go to the dragon's pedestal. Men, like, it's just become a thing. You do not ascend all the way to the top of the dragon's pedestal. you meet at a lower level and you stand there for representation to this dragon. When he comes
So would it
down.
just be like a pedestal with like a city around it? For,
Effectively,
like,
yeah,
wealthy people?
like almost like if you took an Aztec temple and then chopped the top of it off and made it bigger. I think.
Yes.
Flat.
Yeah.
Because it's definitely dense forest
Yes.
area, so it's not a mountain.
No.
So it's
But-
just like this clearing with this really tall thing that's just flat.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's got a flatten on top, and it's gonna be adorned with cushions and like stuff like that the dragon can like rest on. They try to make it
Would
comfy.
that be the most popular spot to go hunt dragon scales?
only if he gifted them to you.
Well, didn't we?
They don't
make it-
just randomly fall.
No, they don't. They don't shed their dragon scales.
Is it like an honor? Like, hey,
Yeah, it
you're
would
in
be-
charge now. Here's a scale.
Yeah,
It could
the
be.
the only time they actually like went and searched for and hunted dragon scales and stuff like that was in the Age of the Godless when Duendelvin sent the teams to kill the dragons.
Yep. And
Then it would become a thing. This period of time, they would have to actually gift it to
gifted.
you.
Yep. Or yeah,
Well,
we'd
didn't-
also talk about it like with the dragons committing justice. They're my little voice is going away. They're issuing punishment, right? That you could have a scale that was on the verge of falling off actually fall off, so you could go over a desolation area and be like, oh hey look, a scale. We know what happened here, and it could be left as like this is a calling card. And so
Well-
you'd have those moments, but scales would be extremely rare.
Okay,
And then
so for size comparison, if I was a normal-sized human, how big would the scale be? Would it be like, or would it be like?
It would depend on what part of the dragon the scale came off of.
All right, and didn't we discuss like they would purposefully drop scales
On occasion, yeah.
to
Yeah.
just mess with people and
Yes.
cause problems?
yes.
To remind them, oh yeah, by the way,
By the way.
we're watching.
And then those are used. Yeah, they would absolutely be used.
but
but-
dragon scales wouldn't be hunted per se. It would be like they were left somewhere to be found.
Right. So
Yeah, so
Should-
when they're left to be found, you hunt them. That's what an Easter egg hunt is.
right. So
You're finding
Yeah.
something that's
No,
meant to
'cause
be
you-
found.
So we need to
Hide
figure out-
Easter eggs.
we need
You
to
don't hide
decide-
dragon scales.
No, you
we
just
need to
drop
decide
them.
how big the dragons actually are. Corbin was not asking how big is one scale.
No.
He was trying to figure out how big a dragon actually is.
Oh.
Yeah, so like, how big is that pedestal? Because if we have a Mushu dragon,
It's not Mushu size.
no.
We're talking beyond gargantuan. Okay, so you have large, huge gargantuan.
So we're thinking like Aragon size.
Aragorn.
No, not the Lord of the Rings character.
No, Aragon.
The dragon movie with the
It's a
where the
book.
kid yells Slovakis Sven. I
Okay,
remember this.
let's do like
It's
this.
a book.
Yeah.
Let's do like this. A dragon is built like what you think of as a typical European dragon.
So
4 legs,
Drake.
4 legs, 2 wings. A drake is wings with 2 legs. A dragon. So like a 4-legged lizard with wings.
Okay.
Okay? If I was the 4-legged lizard, lizard,
Lizard
Okay.
wizard.
That's 12 feet tall.
scroll up, Ian.
They're little.
Any bigger than that?
Yeah, we do. Okay, so
Please put a 1 in front of that. Thank you.
13 Reich is how tall?
That would
Big.
be 52 feet. Maybe bigger.
52 feet. 13 Reich, 52 feet. I'm thinking this. The finger is the size of a human.
Okay. So you want one talon to be human sized. So when it puts its finger down, it is the height of an average human or the height of an average minotaur.
Well, it would be the height of the average.
Yeah.
So a human is average in height in comparison to everything.
So 6 feet.
So yeah, its finger is 6 feet long.
It's claw or it's finger.
Its finger.
I'm bigger than the dragon foot.
Oh.
Okay. Ian, real quick. We'll keep going. We need to talk about Lesparthia. Ian, will you look up real quick? If a finger of a dragon is 6 feet tall, is 6 feet in length, how big is the dragon? Just ask that question to Google, and somebody already has answered it. All right, Lesparthia.
Or that. All right. So what else goes on in Lesparthia? Is it like specifically like what's its
Port
specific
of
like?
Lost Souls is in Lesparthia.
So is Nizak.
It's in Lesparthia. I thought that was in the underworld.
No.
No, the Portal of Lost Souls is in Negend.
On the continent again, but you don't go to the Port of Lost Souls.
You do when you die.
Well, yes, but you don't.
Yes.
You don't wander over there as a living being and be like,
Right.
I'm over
So
here.
the Port of Lost Souls
Hey, look, a
is
battery.
a place that Timothelsia created. So go back to that episode. But
P-R-O.
basically,
P-O-R. P-I-O-N.
Google will figure that out. Anyway,
I don't think that's Google. You're fine.
just hit search.
It's not know what that word
Yeah, it
is.
will.
Chat's going. Chat is calculating.
Chat told you to just give the answer, not all the back.
Human finger.
Estimated dragon height standing upright would only be 110 feet tall.
240 feet long.
That's if it's a Komodo dragon.
Okay, scroll back up, Ian.
200 to 250, so 250 feet long.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yep. Okay.
And
So-
now we have
Double it and pass it on.
That's
the
a big.
250 feet in length from head to tail is how big the dragons are.
That's roughly like a lot of minotaurs.
Nice on the cannon. Okay. So,
So
yeah.
convert that to Riced and then add it in. 4-to-1 ratio.
All right. So what is
Okay,
the
so-
Port of Lost Souls? Because I don't think we've talked about that.
We have.
We-
Timothelsia created it as a battery. So when you die, your soul goes who knows where
Before it goes to the afterlife, that was created by the Dizaktos.
by the Dizaktos. And then Timothelsia was like, I'm going to trap that energy. And so he did. And so he uses... She?
She.
Yep. Timothelsia, she decided to trap up. And so created the Port of Lost Souls. That's where people get trapped.
And so
Your
you
soul
have to
gets
do a term. Your soul does a term as a battery before it actually goes to the afterlife.
Yep.
Oof.
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 That's what happens at the Port of Lost Souls.
Yep. And it exists kind of in the essence realm. The essence realm kind of overlays the material realm. And when you go to the essence realm, that's where the Port of Lost Souls actually resides. So you can't physically go there unless you can walk into the other world. And
Unless
if
you can
separate-
shadow walk. Shadow walkers can.
If you separate your soul from your body and you're that close to the Port of
That's
Lost Souls,
dangerous.
you're effectively just going to go ahead and have your soul be trapped in the Port of Lost Souls.
1,000 tons.
Goodness.
Oh,
That's
it is
one
not enough bun.
Heavy dragon.
More bun.
What would happen? You're just like
No,
I'm
that's
a shadow
100.
walk,
That's
and then you
100
just-
tons.
1,000.
Hollow bones.
Oh, why would it be hollow boned?
So it could fly.
It could fly without hollow bones. It can use wind magic.
Okay, so it's 1,000 tons.
1,000 tons. Yep.
That's roughly 500 elephants.
600 tons.
600 tons. Yeah, so it's
So yeah,
it weighs 600
It's
tons. We'll give you those
heavy.
calculations.
Don't get stepped
in
on.
Riced and bun. Now that's our measurement on our weight system.
1,187. Oh,
Nope.
400 bun. 400,000 bun. How much is a bun? 3 pounds.
No.
How much is a ton?
2,000.
Pounds. Okay, so we're looking at 12,000 pounds. What's 12,000? What's 12,000 divided by 3?
All right,
Ian?
we're getting into the calculations.
Story
Lesparthia be damned.
time.
We're
know,
we're,
right?
we're building dragons today.
Well, other than the, I know we're building dragons.
We don't need
Lesparthia.
Lesparthia.
Well, Lesparthia is awesome, but other than there's not a lot to talk about
we
now.
had the Den of Thieves is here.
Nizak,
Nizek
the
is
City of
the
Thieves,
City of
yeah.
Thieves. Yep, that exists, which is really funny because this is like the land of the minuscule people. There's not a lot of wealth here, and we decided, oh, by the way, here's what the Den of Thieves is going to be, which kind of doesn't make sense.
Well,
That's
that's their
okay.
base of operations, and they perform other
Well,
places.
because it's the City of Thieves. Like all the thieves exist there.
Did they steal from each other? Is it?
is that
merciful
1.2
stealing?
million pounds? Oh, okay.
That makes
It's
more sense.
1.2 million.
Not 12.
Okay, so
Okay.
1.2 million pounds or 400,000 bun is the weight of a dragon.
400,000
heavy.
buns. So that means
Okay,
that
so you
temple
know
is
when
big.
they hit the ground.
So we'll
Yes.
on
They also
Thursday.
have magic, so they can alight themselves, kind of like how superheroes can like soften their landing. A dragon can also
62 and a half rice long.
I know. I'm just saying when they hit the ground. There's
So
gonna be, like, a
we'll do the
footprint
cities on Tuesday.
for Lesparthia.
We'll talk about the cities of Lesparthia on
So we're
Tuesday.
gonna do town hall, kind of. Yeah, the Thursday episode's gonna be just a state of things.
All right.
No, that was Tuesday. The previous 2 days ago.
Oh,
Tuesday. Today is Thursday.
you're right. This is
Lesparthia.
Thursday. Oh my gosh, I'm so out of whack.
Well, that's because we're not actually recording it on Thursday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But this is the
but for time
Thursday.
frame when you guys
So
are getting it.
so next week Tuesday,
Next
when we
week,
do the
yeah.
next live one after this one's released, will be part 2 of Lesparthia. So we'll do that.
We'll actually break down into the stuff, and we'll have more
The
of an
cities and stuff.
explanation why Nezek is where Nezek is, and how things behave in the city of
Yes.
thieves. We've also got the 2 port cities, which I have to get back to now. Port cities.
Port of Ewerzed
Awerzed, yep.
Hey, where's it?
and the Port of Lost Souls. Those are the only 2 ports on the Gand.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, one of them goes
There's a
to
ton
water, one
of-
of them goes to the end
This
of
one-
life.
This one has the most forest and grassland.
Yep, but luckily it's not plains. And its mountains are in a nice position.
Don't they also have like
Yeah.
a huge wasteland
It's a decent sized wasteland, yeah.
with like? Is this the mainland for like
It's
zombies?
called the
considering
Wasteland of Elios.
And Lake
considering
Helios.
It is
Yep.
Elios's place, and Elios's dragon deals in resurrecting the dead.
Well, I mean, I love that the fact that the port of Awazed is in the plains of renewal. Yep. So you have to go and travel from the wastelands of nothing, where Awazed resides, on the only lake, and then you go south to the port of Awazed, which is the only port city. It's the only point in and out
Of the whole
of the
place.
whole place. And there would be, I'm not thinking about it, the Port of Lost Souls being there would cause a lot of soul traffic, which would make a lot of things weird. Corruption would be abundant here. It'd also be a breeding ground for cults and other such awful things.
So is
So-
this waste just weird?
Yes,
Yes.
animals behave strangely. Don't do ritual magic here. This is not a city where it's not a continent where you're going to perform ritual
Oh, so
options.
no glowstone gauntlets.
No, you would not do ritual work.
I mean,
here.
you might.
The likelihood of it.
We are
failing
talking
is-
about like 4,000 Han across.
But this is the closest point to the Port of Lost Souls. I feel like that would honestly make ritual magic a little more
Well,
dangerous.
I mean, Karinos is closer than the port of Ewerzed or Renstari, and Karinos is on Alakaya
and on the mountains.
and in the mountains. It's actually closer to the port of Lost Souls than Renstari is, and Renstari is on Nagend.
Oh, we
That's
should
fair.
do some cult magic next to the Port of Lost Souls.
It will be really strong. It'll be really, really strong. You are effective. So that's the whole point. Is you were that close in the proximity to the battery. So the you would have a chance of your rituals being a little over the top powerful.
Right.
I mean, if that's what you're going for.
Which
And
is
you're
funny.
willing to die.
Because Vealoria is a really pretty city.
Yep.
Hey, there are
Isn't
pretty
that
things.
Oh no, it was
weird.
built by dark mages.
It's pretty, but it wasn't built pretty.
Huh, that also makes sense, except Dark Mage is no longer Shadow Walk. That's corruption magic.
Okay, I'm changing it. All right, we're gonna have to go. Hey, we're out of time.
Oh man.
Hey, we're out of time. We were
Hey, we
sorry.
By a
Today we built
few-
dragons, and we contemplated how the Port of Lost Souls is going to affect ritual magic. And
Well, hey, it's
I've
all
made some changes.
sort of tied to Lesparthian Empire.
all of this happens on the Lesparthian Empire.
Yeah, they get dragons and cults.
Yes, they do.
and
And dangers.
dead.
And the dead, yep. Lots
Yeah,
of the
they
dead.
have a lot of dead.
the City of Thieves.
And the City of Thieves. They have a lot going on here. This is the
Really
most-
is a lot going
the-
on here.
the least densely populated
Right.
empire.
So there's more freedom to do that.
Exactly.
You just
There's
go
more room.
over there and it's just like something don't seem right.
Well,
Some don't seem
It just
right.
kind of fits. Yeah, it makes sense that this place,
Yeah.
who is a place of peace, would be the place where you would have things not peaceful be. Because if you look behind the scenes, Ilios is not a peaceful person.
Well, none of the gods are really what
You
they
get
say
this
they are.
four-legged creature angrily running at you from the side of the road while the rain tries to drown you.
So, all right, well, that's all for today.
All right, so yeah, Tuesday. We'll have more fun
Tuesday.
Tuesdays.
Next Tuesday. Come
Yeah,
meet us
next Tuesday.
live at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time
Yeah.
with your buddies or something. Come help us figure out this, because we are also still figuring it out.
Yeah, come help build.
All right.
Make it canon.
Bye.